Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, thank you for having me. So my name is Aurora. I am from Traveloka. I lead the marketing technology team. And for the next 15 to 20 minutes, I'll be sharing with you Traveloka growth lessons from marketing technology perspective. Okay, but before that, there was berapa tadi ya? 700 orang yang diundang. Dari 700 orang yang diundang, there is it's like a VIP, right? Not everyone can enter the room from this 700. Can I raise your hand if you are from marketing team? Siapa yang dari marketing? Bapak, Ibu marketing manager, okay. Raise your hand if you are from product team? Engineering, technologists? Okay, so actually the marketers are dominating the room, so I feel like a minority in this room. So, I made a small change to the slide. If you notice, I did replace the word support with enable. Out there, some people argue that the term enable is overused. But actually, in this very context, I would love to put it out there and replace support with enable. Why? Because I think the minute that you think that your technology team just as a support function, the minute that you think that technology is not an integral part of your business, in today's world, technically you already lose. So speaking of technology, before I joined Traveloka, I was a software engineer. I was in one of the leading investment banks. I was based in London. What does that mean? Firstly, it's too cold for me. The city was very cloudy. The food was not that nice either. Secondly, it's too far away from home. So I'm Indonesian, born, raised here in Jakarta. I miss my home. And thirdly, I feel that it's too far away from what people call as emerging economies of Southeast Asia. So I have this curiosity what Southeast Asia is all about. So I did make a move from London to Singapore, which is a very safe move back in 2013. Why it's a safe move? Because technically I'm still within the same company, I did the same role, still a software engineer, it's just different team. And when I was in Singapore in 2013, suddenly everybody is talking about tech startups. If previous speaker mentioned it like a YOLO moment, right? I think there are so many people started to build startups and everyone, like most of my friends make some move. The ones in the state, for example, they migrated from East Coast to West Coast. There's the talent war between Wall Street and Silicon Valley. And then I started to think like, should I follow the trend that, moving to startup, moving to technology company? But at the same time, I really want to be in Indonesia, in Southeast Asia. So moving to Silicon Valley doesn't feel right. And luckily, instead, I got the opportunity, okay, it's not Silicon Valley, I moved to Silicon Valley instead. So Traveloka is one of the companies or tech startups that in this Silicon Valley area, right? So what happened was I was looking for an opportunity where I want to join a tech startup, an Indonesian tech startup, find an opportunity, how can I contribute in scaling it up, making it from just a tech startup to become a world-class technology company. So with that in mind, joining Traveloka was a no-brainer decision for me. So Traveloka is a technology company, and we are in a mission to enrich people's life. How exactly? By empowering our users to discover the world around them with our human-centered technological solution. When I joined Traveloka in 2015, we already become a leader in the flight business in Indonesia and already started our hotel business as well. And then we grew very rapidly, and today this is our app. It is a one-stop solution for travel and lifestyle needs, whereby we offer a range of products answering the needs of our customer journey for travel and lifestyle. At Traveloka, we always aim to give the best user experience. What does that mean is for us to always understand what is it that becoming a problem for our users during their travel journey. What is the problem that our user is facing during their experience discovery journey? And every single problem that we found, we need to see it as an opportunity to actually innovate. And I'm proud to say that Traveloka is pioneering in delivering this hassle-free travel and lifestyle experience with these exceptional features. When I joined Traveloka in 2015, we were about 250 people, all based in Jakarta, and mostly can fit on the same floor, meaning we also all share the same ping pong table. But now, 2019, we are almost 3,000, so it's more than 10x in terms of number of employees. And in 2015, I still remember in June, we actually did our very first regional expansion. So we opened our Malaysia and Singapore offices, followed by Thailand in October. And then the regional expansion continues in 2016 Q1. We launched our Philippines and Vietnam offices. And that marks that Traveloka as the first Indonesian technology company to have a regional presence. As of today, we also have another two R&D centers. So it's not only Jakarta where we have our development, but we also have it in Singapore as well as in Bangalore. And very recently, we also being made available for our market in Australia. So with this growth, right, between 2012, where we were just a flight meta search, all the way to 2019, where now we become an experience discovery platform, the number of product releases that we did for different products that we have, the number of markets that we enter, I hope that can give you the sense of growth that we are facing, especially from the marketing technology standpoint. So what are then the key takeaways or the key lessons that personally I've learned throughout this journey when I built the team starting from May 2015? First is about embrace the uncertainty and know what really matters. If you are one of the lucky few, like me, that you are mandated as the first person in the company to actually figure out what marketing technology is all about, back in 2015, it was too overwhelming to me. Why? Firstly, I don't come from e-commerce, right? I came from an investment bank. 2, I had no idea about marketing. And 3, the field itself is very new, and there was not many reference back then. So I need to figure out what exactly that I need to deliver, what should I do, and how others do that. Scott Brinker is one of the thought leader in marketing technology. And starting last year, he actually did a survey of, so what exactly that marketing technology people are doing. The ones in green actually show that what majority of the respondents say they're doing. So like the 70% of the respondents, they claim they do these 5 things. They research and recommend marketing technology products. They operate, after they research, they onboard it, they actually operate it as the administrator of the marketing technology products or solution. They also train, of course, and support the marketing staff to make sure what the technology that they research, they onboard, can be usable for the marketers. And there will be so many marketing technology solutions out there, right? MoEngage is just like one out of more than 7,000 solutions out there. And how can we integrate one solution with another? Last but not least, of the things that people claim that they do is monitoring the data quality within these marketing technology products. All these 5 I can relate to as well, because this is pretty much what we've been doing in the team. The one in red, which is quite concerning, is the type of activities that only less than 30% of the respondent claim that they do, which is around performing data privacy and compliance reviews, as well as the security reviews. So if I can oversimplify, what is it that the marketing technologist is doing is basically taking care of these marketing technology solutions, taking care of the marketing technology products. Even so, then the next question comes in, like there is this uncertainty of what game actually are we in? Am I an old-fashioned technologist that always play defense, more on managing risk, more on, just like information system kind of game? Or am I more like a modern technologist that to be more in the offense side, to be more experimental, to be closer to the business? Back in 2014, Gartner released a report for the marketing leaders to show how the role of IT has actually evolved. That it's not one or the other. It's not you are just a marathon runner or you are just a sprinter. It's actually IT moves to a bimodal organization. It is playing the marathon, it's also playing the sprint. And knowing this, that throughout the journey, you still need to play both games, actually quite a game changer for myself, because it serves as a filter of every single best practices out there that I see, I read, I learn, I absorb, and I implement, because we need to be very conscious not to get confused of what kind of strategy that we need to implement at what time. So, after knowing, who are these people, like who's calling themselves as marketing technologists, after knowing what kind of things that they do, then I think at the end, we still need to understand what really matters, right? We shouldn't get confused by this more than 7,000 solutions out there. If you notice, in 2011, there's only 150 solutions. You can probably still list through one by one and see what they are. But now when the size becomes 7,000, it becomes overwhelming. It's very tempting for us to try to understand what is it and what's new. Is new always better? But need to really understand what really matters. What really matters is to fall in love with the problem, as I heard from the previous speaker. So what is the problem that you're facing? What is the problem that your business is facing? One company, one startup, and another, we may have different challenge depending on the stage or where you are in. Then you will need to come up with a strategy of what kind of solution that would fit best for my current stage. Secondly, design for the future, ship for the foreseeable future. So I've been retargeted by the Growth 19 committee on Facebook. I think they are very good at following me when I was on Facebook and showing these ads. And there's one copy that is actually quoting this. This is an infamous Martech law by Scott Brinker, that technology changes exponentially, yet organization change logarithmically. What does it mean? Essentially, just saying that organizations are slow. It's a combination of people and processes. It's not like your code, right? Like after you write a piece of code and you want to execute it and it's just working. It's a combination of the people and the processes. Whenever we want to make change, the change is slow. So while the technology is very fast, but your organization moves very slow, then the question, how to manage that, like what to ship. I think it's very important to always have a long-term view throughout the journey. Looking back, in Traveloka, what happened since 2015, at least for the first 2 years having a dedicated marketing technologist in Traveloka, we are very much in survival mode. So the business problem that we need to solve is actually to survive the rapid expansion that's been happening. How to make sure that when we launch one product to the next, launch one country to the next, that we can run the marketing campaign successfully, we can actually achieve the growth target that we want in each market, how to make sure that when we are executing all these marketing campaigns, we are not running blind. So that's kind of summarize the first 2 years that we had. But that doesn't mean when we were in survival mode that we didn't think or we didn't spare time for the future. Yes, our implementation back then, most of them are very tactical, but we kept trying to spare some time to design what future should be, like what great looks like, and how can we be more and more closer to the future design that we know that is the best one if we want to grow sustainably from the technical standpoint. After we graduate from the survival mode, then we start seeing a lot of improvements. For example, in the past, when you wanted to launch a country or you wanted to launch a product, it felt like a very huge commitment. It felt like a huge project that we need to work on. But by now, whenever we want to launch a new product, whenever we want to launch a new country, it becomes like just a business as usual. When we already reach that mode, that means every single effort that we do, it can be more of like innovation. We can close the technology gap more strategically because we already managed to graduate from the survival mode. Number 3, structure follows strategy. This is pretty much a management classic. People usually ask me, so what is this marketing technology? Is it marketing or is it IT? Whose job is it really? Are you under marketing team? Are you under product team? Are you under engineering team? That kind of question. So in 2018, Gartner has this report showing the list of marketing technology activities, which is pretty much similar with the 5 activities in green we saw earlier, about evaluating technology, about configuring it, integrating. And according to the survey, most companies actually have a very good collaboration between the marketing team and the technology team. So not many that's actually fully controlled by marketing only or fully controlled by the technology team. It's either led by the marketing but with the guidance of IT, or led by the IT with the guidance of marketing. What happened in Traveloka, we actually also fall in the middle. We do have certain technology categories that's owned by marketing, but with close collaboration with our technology team. And the other, we also have a different set of technology that's fully owned by our data or engineering team, but it's being developed and delivered along with consultation, collaboration with our marketing team. How many people do you need? So on the same report, Gartner mentioned about 25 FTEs is what's the number today. What happened at Traveloka? We have more than 25. We have actually now more or less 40 people working on marketing technology. But if you look closer, I think now we have about 20 people of marketing technologies taking care of our marketing technology solution under marketing team. So this is more our business analysts and product managers. And we also have another plus minus 20 people of data analysts, data scientists, engineers that sit under our data and engineering team, working closely with the rest of marketing team. So I've mentioned the role before. This is pretty much the journey, like how the team evolves. So in 2015, we started with only 4 people for the first 6 months. We were 2 business analysts / project manager and 2 data analysts. We did focus first to hire or to find a business analyst because we need their help to just figure out what is marketing technology is all about, and we will manage from there. After we onboarded the business analyst and project manager, we did find out that actually what we need urgently today is analytics capability. So that's the business problem that we want to solve, which is around measuring our campaigns. So that's why we need the more technical talents on analytics. Hence our hiring focus switch from business analysts to finding a more hands-on technical data analysts, data engineers, and data scientists. And then over time, after we answer the needs of how to build our analytical capability, we also find another milestone whereby, hey, it's not sufficient for us to only invest in analytics. We will definitely be blocked by scalability issue and the scalability across the board, especially for how to do personalization at scale. At that point of time, then we need to figure out what will be the best skill set that we need to bring into the team. Hence, our focus switch into finding more software engineering talent, product managers, as well as UI designer. With having this development team, the conversation is actually switching. In the past, we may only discuss about, okay, what of those 7,000 vendors or technology solutions out there, what vendor should we onboard next? But with more and more development team, then the conversation becomes, what next should we build? Because now we have the capacity to innovate and can have options, not only comparing stuff, not only comparing one solution with another, but we can also either build things in-house or integrating of what's available in the market with and how to integrate it with our in-house solution. Last but not least, marketing technology is everybody's responsibility. Why? I still remember the day when I sat down and tried to draw our to-be marketing system diagrams, just a piece of pen and paper. After I draw, and then I found, okay, this is impossible. This can't be my scope because this technology stack, this is like half of the company. Like, it's impossible to be winning at this problem if it's only be delivered by one relatively small team if you compare to the size of the company. So what happened next is over a lot of brainstorming, discussion, preaching, and influencing people here and there, we finally, over time, gradually managed to find a better arrangement on how can we share the responsibility of marketing technology. So it will depend on your organization, but what happened at Traveloka now, what was solely become the responsibility of a marketing technology team, now we actually shared with some parts do sit with our data team, some parts of the technology now sit under our core platform team, some parts sit with each of the product or business unit, and even some parts of the technology also sit under finance team. So after we share this responsibility, it doesn't mean there's nothing that remain left in the central team. We do still have technology assets, technology product that we are working on. But beyond that, I think the job of being an architect of marketing technology stack and the job of being a preacher of educating people what marketing is and how technology can actually solve marketing problems will still remain as the main responsibility of this marketing technology team. So after all the things that you hear, right, your official title may not be marketing technologist. You may be a marketing manager, you may be a product manager, you may not even be a product manager in marketing team. But I think the more you realize about how closely connected between product and marketing and technology, more likely than not, each one of us actually is a marketing technologist. So, time is running out. Before we end, I just quickly recap of the growth lessons of what we think as growth lessons in building and managing marketing technology stack. Number one, of course, is embracing the uncertainty of the role and to know what really matters. So basically, if you are not sure who you are and what you should deliver, that is something that we need to solve first. And secondly, after you know what you want to deliver, then figure out on how to deliver it. Yeah, that you need to keep the balance between short-term and long-term. You need to design for the future, but you ship for the foreseeable future. Third, structure follows strategy. Be mindful of how your company is evolving from one time to another, what problems you're trying to solve, and how can you structure your team accordingly. And be very flexible. What you design today may not work for the future in terms of team, because your challenge will change. Last but not least, marketing technology is everybody's responsibility, so that you can make what's sounding impossible becoming possible. That's all from me. Thank you for your time, and I open for questions.
All right, this is the question and answer session. Do we have any questions? Just two. 1 and 2. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Ari.
Ari
So one
from?
of hotelmurah.com.
Okay.
So one of your competitors, like Ticket.com, is doing a huge campaign with a very cheap price, right? So what strategy Traveloka is doing to deal with it? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Is Dia here? I think she should be the next speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Competition, even if you go back to the war time, right? When there is war, that's where innovation happens. I think that's how I see it. Whenever there is a huge competition, that's where creativity will show up. And there are two things, I think. From the business standpoint, we always want to grow sustainably. So we'll make sure that we are not too reactive, because we will focus in serving our customer needs, focus in becoming a one-stop platform that offers a lot of products for the travel and lifestyle needs. So we will very focus in building our platform. And secondly, from technology standpoint, that's the fun is, because now we have even more close collaboration between the marketers and technologists. And hey, if you want to do a certain kind of campaign, how can technology enable it? So I think, of course, I cannot reveal the details, but the point I'm trying to make is, when there is a challenge and you need to be creative, creative can come from many angles, and one of your key enabler will be the technology.
All right. Mas Ari, gimana? Cukup puas dengan jawabannya? Any other questions? Yes? Boleh kasih mic-nya, Mas?
So are you going to do the price war as well or not?
Again, we are focusing in building sustainable business. So we'll focus on building our platform and see how technology, innovation can help in the competition.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Ari. Next, in the corner, the man in the corner. Yeah. That one, the with eyeglasses one. Yeah. Yes, your name and
Hello,
company,
good afternoon.
please.
My name is Riza. I am from Kaila Socials. My question is, this marketing technology is helping the brand to retain the customer, right? Last week, actually, I'm trying to use Traveloka technology. When I buy something from the restaurant, from few days before, actually, I have already ordered, but I meant not to buy it right away, because I want to try it. And when the day I want to consume the product, when I come to the restaurant, I cannot find my order, because it's quite close to the restaurant. Is it your technology?
Okay.
Because when I turn off the positions, then the order is coming back again. Then I pay it. If it is MoEngage, is it MoEngage solution?
Okay, thank you for the question. I think there are two parts that I have to address there. Firstly, the marketing technology that we've been discussing, it's not just for retaining customers. So technology, in marketing, there are so many things, right? You want to reach You want to acquire new customers. You want to retain the customers. You want to make sure you build a good relationship with the customer. You want to optimize your coupon costs. You want to optimize your advertising costs and many more. So marketing is not just about retention. That's number one. Number two, no, that's not MoEngage. I hope Ravi is relieved by me hearing that. So what happened, I guess that's not part of the marketing technology stack, but I do hear you that if it's a very unpleasant experience, thank you for your feedback, and we'll pass it to our ITS team for sure. I think a lot of homework that we should do from our product development side.